Hello and welcome to this video on Championship Manager Season 99-2000. Now this video is all about being successful with any team you manage. And why am I qualified to talk about this? Because I've put on those shoes and I've walked the walk myself. There you go. Queen's Park, they start off in Division 3 at the start of the game. 50,000 stadium, very nice. Hampden Park. Cost a fortune on ground maintenance. You've never got any money. But I've persevered and I've managed to, in 7 seasons, I could have done it as minimum of 4, but in 7 seasons I have taken them to the top of Scottish football. Now, there you go. You can see there, obviously in the first season, finished 8th. Then some very key signings came to play and I managed to win the 3rd division. And once those key signings were in place, I could then pretty much roll through the divisions until I got to the Premier Division, Celtic and Rangers in tow, and obviously they made it tough for me. 5th, then 2nd, and then at last season I managed to do the unthinkable and win the big one. So, without any further ado, I'm going to talk you through how I did this. And it all happened in the transfer market. So, you might think, well, I'm managing a team that's got no money, I've got no chance. Money's everything. No, not particularly. There are certain players you can pick up. This man, for example, Emmanuel Tete. His actually contract is due to run out in December of the game. As soon as you start in August, June, July, August time, and his contract's due to end in December. So you can actually offer him a contract, and you're thinking, looking at his stats, he's decent. But if no one else comes in for him, he wants to play football. He doesn't want to be sat at home without a club, so he will sign for you in December if you put a contract under his nose. I did. Very good decision I made, because in 230 appearances for the club, he's actually scored 132 goals. So very good business there for Queen's Park. He actually only started on £180 a week, believe it or not, because at Queen's Park the wage structure is very regimented. £180 a week in that first season. No one was getting paid anymore. Also, so the following season, obviously I finished 8th, but obviously I had Tete in tow. This man, Marco Negri. Now this is weird. I don't know why it happened, but Rangers released him at the end of the first season. He'd scored 11 in 13 starts, 20 appearances overall. They released him. So the first thing I did was add him to my shortlist, and then I sat and I waited, and no one came in for him. And again, a bit like Tete, no one wants to be a free agent. No one wants to sit at home and not play football if you're a footballer. So I went in, offered him £180 a week, and to my surprise, he actually accepted. I'm not saying this happens with every free agent. It certainly doesn't. Chances are you're going to miss out on 90% of free agents, probably 95% of free agents. But Marco Negri thought, I don't like being at home. Maybe the wife's giving him a bit of a hard time. He signed for me. The rest is history. The history maker. 79 goals, so I've got these written down. 79 goals in 126 games. Again, Negri and Tete leave as legends. He's left now, Negri. Tete, sorry, still at the club. But there's pictures of him all around the club. Thanks to these guys, they've produced some history-making moments. Another one, Jordi Cruyff. Was at Manchester United. Wasn't really getting a game for Man U. Went on loan to Blackpool, became a free agent. I took him on. Look at those assists. Fantastic assists, and obviously helped me provide the assists for Negri, for Tete, etc. Another one, Boutier. Again, another player. Managed to pick him up for a free. He left Bury. Got him on a free, and look at that. Have I done his goal stats? Sorry, I haven't done his goal stats, but I can already work out well over 100 there. So, and he's still playing for the club, and he scored 17 in my title-winning season, Premier League title-winning season. So, you can do the maths on that one. Oh, sorry, take 17 off 116, 99 goals for the club, but still pretty good, as I'm sure you'll agree. Again, Tor Pedersen, he left Wimbledon. Got him on a free, and look at those, 7.67, 7.56. Defensive midfielder. Again, he was by far head and above anyone in that position in Scottish Division 3 or Division 2, I think it was. No, it'd be Scottish Division 3. So he was by far, he's deteriorated a bit now. He's 36, playing for Plymouth, but he was obviously a lot better back in the day. So it's just picking up those key signings, and obviously that's helped me get where I am. And to be fair, the more the season's gone on, I've obviously managed to get some money, and then actually pay money for players and not just rely on free transfers. But let me just show you this. Because of the wage structure, we still can only offer any player £2,900. So my wages last season were 2.3 million. My gate income was 5.6 million. So you can see that you can soon be in a very good financial position if you're successful with Queen's Park, or with anyone, I presume, because I'm presuming any team you start lowly with, you'll only have a very low wage structure. So again, if you can sign these players up for 3-4 years, and they'll perform for you and help you elevate you in the Football League rankings, brilliant. But yeah, as I said, ground maintenance last year, for example, £938,000 spent on ground maintenance. Imagine that in Division 3 of Scottish football. £1 million would cripple you. Luckily, the chairman, he does put in money every now and again, but that doesn't really clear the debt. That just puts it to a more manageable level. So you do have to wheel and deal in the old transfer system. And one last thing I'll leave you with, because it's key for me, is once you've got, like for example, I was very lucky to get really good strikers in this game. So I normally play like that. I normally play with one behind the front two, but I thought, because I've not really got a really good attacking centre midfielder, I've got very good strikers. I stuck all 3 strikers up front, and they're all scoring 20 plus a season. And particularly in Scottish Division 3, 2, 1, defences aren't the best, so you could really do some damage. And yeah, that's how I managed to take Queen's Park from Division 3 to the Scottish Premier League champions, with no money at all, just with a lot of perseverance. Again, let me just show you what I did as an example. So I find any club, let's say Valencia. Again, it doesn't have to be in England, it could be anywhere. So then you just look at their contract situation. So for example, next season, Valencia, Mendieta, people that are on £23,500 a week, £24,000 a week, they may leave the club at the end of the season and have nowhere to go. So monitor these guys, not now, probably next April, May, see what the situation is, because the contract doesn't run out till next June. But an example, I did this season, and look at that, Sergei Rebrov, 32 years of age. Look at those stats, very good stats. He was at Atletico Madrid, 8 goals in 36, not amazing, but he'd do a job in the Scottish Premiership. He was at Atletico Madrid last year, and now he's a free agent, so there's a chance I could get him. Matthew Upson, again, really good defensive option, English defender. He was at Arsenal. He played 32 times for Arsenal, who finished... Where did they finish last season? They finished 11th in the Premier League last season, but still, he's probably better than anything I've got right now in left-sided centre-half. So, again, they might be a couple of players I will keep an eye on, because I can only offer £2,900. So, despite having £8 million transfer funds, believe it or not. But yeah, as you can see, I've currently only got a few players on £2,500, but that's why I'm making so much money. So you are hampered when you're a small team like this, because not a lot of people want to come to you because you can't offer very big wages, but you can make it work for yourself. I've just proven it. £180 a week I could only offer at the very beginning of this game, and I'm now able to offer £2,500. We're in the Premier League. We're Scottish Premier League champions for the first time in history, and now we are heading into Europe as first seeds. So we're going to be in the Champions League. Do I think I'm equipped? No, not one bit. So I need to work some magic in the transfer market this summer. So I'm well equipped. But yeah, from Scottish Division 3 to Scottish Premier League champions, only been able to offer £180 to players. It is doable. You've just got to have a bit of patience. Look for those players that are going to come out of contract. Put them all on your shortlist and monitor. If no one touches them, sooner or later they will become interested and you can offer them a contract. And even if it's £180 a week, it just shows that players want to play football. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. It was a fun challenge. It's one I've always wanted to do, and I've tried it a few times and got nowhere and quit. And to be fair, once I finished 8th in that first season, there was a part of me thinking I'm going to jack this in because I'd only won 11, lost 17. But I persevered. Negri signed for me. That was the key. I thought he's just left Rangers in the Premier League, and now he's playing for me in Division 3. That's amazing. And I built the team around Negri. Sorry, Tete was my first major signing. Then Negri, thinking, wow, I've got Negri, Tete. Then Boutia came. I stuck all 3 of them up front, and the rest is history. 98 goals that season, 98 the following season. Went a bit south, but the competition obviously got a bit tougher. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, thank you very much for tuning in.